everyone, and welcome back to Wander Freely. We have actually had a lot of questions on how we book campgrounds and what that process looks like, especially once we showed a little clip of it in one of our RV Living full week series. I think our first series we showed a clip and a lot of people asked us about it. So, and I can understand that because when you're starting out, especially, you know, when you haven't done this before, you're kind of like, well, what does this really look like? So today we're going to address that question. Okay, so step one in the process of booking campgrounds is to decide the area that you want to go to.
Where are you headed?
Yeah, right. So usually for us, we don't really plan ahead too much. I've mentioned that before. But once we get to, once we're at a place and we're looking towards our next place, then we're like, all right, let's sit down, take a look, see what direction we want to go. So once you pick the area you want to go in, that's your first step. Now, step two is, for us, is then we try to look for campgrounds. And we can do that online, or we use this book. And for our purposes for this video, I think we're going to just use the book. But if you're a member, I know when we signed up, the membership, this was like part of the membership. Do you remember that?
Yeah, we signed up at a Camping World where they have these for sale. It's $29.95 normally. If you sign up for Good Sam's, it's 50% off. You get it for like $15.
Okay, there you go.
Yep.
Which I think at that point in time, the membership was like $15 or something. Like, they run deals all the time. So we are Good Sam members, just to be able to get the discount. It's like a 10% discount on almost... there's a lot of
RV parks that are involved with Good Sam. It's a very good deal. It pays for itself very quickly, even if you're not full-timers.
Right, so that's what we use.
So the catalog is organized by states. We are going to be traveling into Virginia, so I've got it flipped open to the Virginia section. And all of these different spots that you see here, the black dots, any of those represent where campgrounds are. The red dots, those are campgrounds that are affiliated with Good Sam's.
So that means that's where you'll get your membership discount.
That's
but they show other campgrounds as well.
They do. So in this particular case, we're going to be coming up. We're looking around the Roanoke area. We're coming up from the south, and then we're going to be getting on 81. So I'm actually going to look for a campground in this area, a little ways up from Roanoke. I've chosen Lexington as my starting point.
Now, once you pick the campground that you're looking at, you can use their index here and they will give you a lot of information about it. So Chris has found the one that we are looking for in that area is Lexington. He's going to look at the Lehigh campground first. It gives you the ratings there. Gives you last year's rates right there. So that doesn't mean that they're this year's rates or that they're completely accurate, but that's what it gives you.
These ratings here, they also give you, so 6.5, 8.5 star, 6.5. That tells you, based on Good Sam's, the rating that they gave for the facilities, for the bathrooms, and for the overall appeal. So these are kind of middle range, so I'm actually going to get on the website for Lehigh and just do a little bit more research about this campground before I make the call. Okay, so got on the website for Lehigh Campground. I think we're going to pass on that one, and it looks like the next closest option for us is KOA.
And for step number 3, now that we've found our place, we actually just need to book it.
And KOAs, they have a great website. We normally make our reservations over the phone, but KOA makes it real easy to do online. We've done that in the past and have never had an issue, so we'll be doing that for this one.
Okay, so for KOAs, you can see the form that you fill out here. You want to fill out your check-in, check-out date, number of people, and then type of spot. Fill out about your RV. And this is typically similar information that when you call a place to book it on the phone, maybe it's not this detailed, but they will ask you some things like, you know, how long is your RV and stuff like that, just to make sure that they have the right spot for you. Okay, now once it took our criteria, and now it is starting to pull up some options for us. So from here, we're going to choose the option that we want. The only thing I don't like about it is they don't tell you the price right away. Like, you know, you have to click to get the estimated rate, and KOAs are more expensive, so keep that in mind. The good news about KOAs, though, is you usually can depend on the internet. And so when we are in dire straits, sometimes we just have to stay at them. The next step in the process is that you want to actually check in when you arrive. So we arrived at our KOA in Natural Bridge, Virginia, and we're going to go into the office and get checked in. Typically when you walk in the office, the first thing they'll ask you is for your last name if you have a reservation. That's usually how they pull up in their system. And then they'll go over the details with you, make sure that they have the right information for your length of stay and the type of vehicle you have. They will, at that point, you're going to pay the balance. If you've put money down, make sure you know that and you know how much you owe. You know, you just want to double check with that. We've never had a problem with that though. But then you're going to pay the balance, and then they give you the information sheet. Typically there is a map, they give you your site number, and usually they will tell you how to go from the office where you're parked to your spot so that you're pulling in the right direction, so that the utilities will be on the correct side for you. All of those things, they tell you all that. Trust me, they do this stuff all the time, so they know exactly what to tell you. They'll usually point out the restrooms as well. They always point out the cable. As you know, we don't have TV, so we never use it, but they always point that out. They give you all the information you could possibly imagine. She pointed out that they pick up trash at the campground for us, and they usually give you the Wi-Fi. Here there is no password, but we usually ask for it because sometimes people just forget to give you the password. So when we check in, we always ask, is there a password for the internet, and then they give it to you. And now the booking and signing in process is done. From this point, you're on your own. No, at this point you just need to get hooked up and enjoy your stay. I hope it was helpful for you to actually walk through that process with us. This is a KOA. All campgrounds are a little bit different, but the majority of the information stays the same. So we hope that's helpful, and as always, thanks for watching.
We're moving out, never know.